with him as well. And that's everybody was referencing, like, it's just that they're real. They're my clients that he's helped. So where's Lee at? There we go. Hey, Goldberg.
How y'all doing? Good, good. How are you? I'm just trying to negotiate one final deal before we come on, and boom, sent, done. What is shaking?
There we go. All right, Lee. Let me read your bio. Let me get everyone up to speed with who you are. So this is Lee Goldberg. He's renowned as the Goldberg, the Realtor, named one of the country's top realtors. Since 2010, he has excelled in real estate, leading the #1 Coldwell Banker team in half of Florida with over $100 million in annual sales. And as a national real estate contributor, Lee has been featured on Fox News, Fox Business, and various different radio programs. Catch him on TLC's Doubling Down with the Doriccios, and follow him on Instagram at Goldberg, the Realtor. So let's get into this. I really wanted to have a real estate conversation. I want to start with the chat. Who here is interested in investing in real estate sometime this year, or you want to learn more about it? It's important to you to understand what's going on. Please, if a yes in the chat or a me, you can put an N for no. Okay, don't forget, you can also post in the chat if it's not for you, but I just want to get a good gauge. Like, who here is interested in real estate? You want to understand what the market's like right now. You want to make more money in real estate. You want to understand how to work the system. Okay, there we go. Cool. Awesome. Well, this is exactly what we're going to be diving about in this conversation. So Lee, all right, the whole point of this is to really share with us the state of the real estate industry and what is happening right now and what you should be doing in 2020 and 2024, because it's an ever-changing market, right? It's never the same. You got to be really tapped into like what's happening right here and right now to take advantage of opportunities. So let's start off this conversation with you just sharing a broad overview of like what's really happening in the real estate market, because and for the person who wants to start getting invested more, or maybe they already have investments and they want to know what to do more with it, like speak in the way of a beginner's mindset. I'm going to say, not somebody who has all this knowledge and already understands it.
Sure. First off, Katie, I want to thank you for having me here. This has been fantastic. Listening to the speakers, I've had it on all day. Most of it I've been tuned, locked in. Some of it has just been playing in the background when I've been doing some work. Some of my team is on here right now, so I'm glad that they showed up. And if you saw what I put early in the notes, it was show up, follow up, level up. And that is my message to my agents around the country. And what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing and what you just said, even leading into before I came on, for real estate and for everything in life to be successful is all of the things that you are talking about. You are so hitting the nail on the head. And for me, I'm a guy who speaks a lot, but this is the first time I've ever done something like this. And it has been such a breath of fresh air to listen to, and to also hear that there are other people who have the same methodology and the same thought process that I have in other businesses and disciplines, and also being successful. It tells me that I know I'm on the right track, and I know you're on the right track, and everyone that is here, we are all on the right track. So congratulations to you guys. And again, thank you for having me. So, all right. So to answer your question, so I've been in business for 15 years. I'm based out of Orlando, sell all of Florida, with a second base out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and Las Vegas. I also have a team in Kansas City and an agent in New Mexico, and we're adding agents everywhere we go. The reason I bring that up is because you asked, what is the real estate market like as a whole? I have an opportunity that I don't just study little parts of the country. I'm living it. I'm in it. I'm seeing what's happening. What I also know is that a place like Buffalo is going to be a great place for investment this year. Who would have ever thought Buffalo, right? So to answer the question is, we are coming out of a slower time. 2023, you could blame whoever you want to blame, and we could all blame somebody, but somebody messed up the economy, all right? But somebody made the interest rates go super high. And while it put the brakes a little on the market, what it did was it kind of regulated things a little bit more. It wasn't so crazy, right? And now we've noticed it go down just a little bit more, okay? And so now we're seeing more people come out. Now we're out of the holidays. For me, Q4 is always hot, and it was hot in Q4 because it always sets the table for Q1. In 15 years of business, to paint a picture here, I have never entered a year into the year in which I'm entering with as much on the table, in the fire, as they like to say, an opportunity that is sitting before us right now with 10 million in pending deals right now. Okay, and it's only January 19th or 18th, not too shabby, 19th, right? So the market is good. People are still moving. People are tired of renting. I mean, if you're renting right now, give me a Y in the chat. Give me a letter Y if you're renting. I want to see who you are. And we're going to have a talk about that, because by renting, you're paying someone else's mortgage, right? You can purchase. And if you can't do it right now, we want to create a success plan on how you're going to do it. And that's something we could talk more about in the VIP, or even part of what I'm giving away to everyone for a one-on-one. But we want to get you into a position to purchase. And it might not be now, and that's okay, because we're here to educate. See, the problem with most realtors, or even most people in sales, they want to sell. No, that's not how sales works. You just need to be of value, and you need to educate, and the real estate gods, or whatever gods your business is, will do the rest for you, because I'm a living testament. I started out, I was driving a yellow taxi in this business in 2012. Yellow taxi, and now I'm running the #1 team for half of Florida. How did I do that? By hard work, having systems, having a plan. As you said, if you fail the plan, you plan to fail. But how I run my program is a lot like the NFL, which we could get into later if you want. But I think everyone should be running a business like that with time blocking, et cetera. But the state of the real estate market right now, as we see it around the country, people want to stop renting, and people want to start getting out of crowded spaces with snow and with state tax. And 2 of the 3 states I'm in have no state tax, and all 3 barely have snow. So giddy up. For all you renters, you got to stop renting. I could keep talking, Katie, about a million things, but I feel like I want to give you the opportunity that, since this, I'm new to this, have you drop in some questions for us as well.
Yeah, no, I think this is great, because it's good to have you. It's just perspective, right? It's perspective around what you've seen, what's been going on. And this is important because you're the expert in this field. So for somebody who wants to move into, like, they want to purchase a home, but maybe they don't feel like they're in a position to be able to do that, would that be beneficial for them, like, to start to create a plan to be able to do that with how the market is looking this year? And are there resources out there to make it more accessible before you might think you're ready?
So here's the thing. Most people don't ever think that they're ready. And that's because they're not either educated on the subject, or they're believing the myth. And one of the reasons why we're here today is to dispel the myths and the rumors, and let's talk fact. And the truth of the matter is, if you're affording your rent, odds are you could get approved for a loan. And if you can't, you're not too far away, and there's ways to work on what that is. But we don't know that until you do what we like to call a mortgage questionnaire. You need it's like going to the doctor. Let's take my blood work. Let's see what's going on. What's the underlying conditions, if any? And you might be in good shape right now. And if you're in good shape right now, then we say, okay, well, this is what you need to purchase. Okay. And it does not take a lot in down payment. Plus, there's also help for down payment. Right. Then there's closing costs, but we're seeing, again, sellers are paying for closing costs. Builders are paying for closing costs. Realtors like me are giving a portion back towards closing costs. It is actually less expensive to move into a home for purchase than it is to rent in many cases, depending on where you're at. And I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. So what I suggest to people is do what I like to call homeowner university. Now, the word homeowner, I wish I could type it on the screen right now, but I want you guys to write it down or put it in the chat and look at it, because the word meow is right smack dab in the middle of homeowner, guys. You're never going to look at it any different. So we want you to be a homeowner. And Homeowner University is a complimentary program that we created that is designed for folks to, in a non-salesy, non-pressure way, get real world advice from the experts that are in the business. And we do this on a micro and a macro level. On a micro level, Katie, I do it where, let's say you went to homeowneruniversity.info and you entered your name and your email and your phone number, and you scheduled a time to meet with us. right? It would be me. I'd bring on a lender, maybe inspector, maybe insurance, depending on schedule. And we will talk about what's going on in the real estate market, but we'll ask you specific questions and figure out what's going on with you. And we'll tell you which route you need to go. Even if your lease is not up for 8 months, the best move might be to break the lease now for financial reasons, which we could get into, and buy now. Okay, because what I want to get into what is going to happen in the next few months in just a moment, but I want to finish this thought process. On a macro level, Homeowner University is similar to this when I do group calls online, or when I go to a church or a school, or I meet with multiple people through a banking institution. So if any of you here think that a homeowner university might be good for you individually or collectively with a group that you're a part of, let me know. It's something that we do complimentary all over the country, in person and online. We love to do it because we just want to educate, and then we'll connect you with an expert in the area if that's not an area that we serve. But at the end of the day, our incentive is to just make sure that you have that right education. And for anyone that is a consumer, especially for anybody that is renting, you must have this conversation. Okay. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be with me. Would love it for it to be me, but let me tell you why it doesn't. Because I know many of you here know realtors, right? You know realtors who are your friends, or your cousin, or your sister, and you don't always use your relatives. And in fact, I teach my realtors. I have a coaching and training program for realtors around the country. I teach my realtors, do not rely on your family and friends for business. There are ways to go get business. Let them come to you. They'll come get it. I know in other disciplines, it's important to build through your business. I totally get it. A lot of times with homes and big purchases, I've seen it go really, really bad, and you want to make sure that those relationships are intact. But the reason why I bring that up is because we want our agents to go out there and to meet as many people as possible, but to educate people, right? And because that's what this whole thing is about, is providing that education to them. Because without it, then you're going to be lost. So if you're renting right now, have that conversation and reach back out to those realtors that are even in your sphere. Here's the thing, right? A lot of people who are on this call, correct me if I'm wrong, are a lot of them independent contractors to a degree? Would you?
Let's ask. I think we just asked the chat. So if you,
Yeah.
yeah, let's just ask direct. I already asked about business. I asked a question earlier about how long you've been in business and if you are a business owner. So if you're an independent contractor, put a Y in the chat. That means that you work for yourself. That means that you're not, there's no one else who's giving you your paycheck. You're providing your own paycheck. Okay. So you would put a Y in the chat for all those people. So he just understands who he's speaking to right now. Can you please put a Y in the chat if that's you?
Perfect. Perfect.
Got it.
So a lot of the things that we do as realtors, a lot of you guys are doing, and that's important. And so when you're going to your sphere, right, and you want to educate your sphere, that's cool. In real estate, we try not to teach that to folks, right? We teach them to just go out and go build your business. And there's a point to that I was going to get to, and I just freaking lost it. My apologies there. But the most important thing, guys, is to go out there and figure out where do you stand, and so you can stack the deck for the future. Do you need to save more money, right? Do you need to get your debt to income going? Do you need to get your credit score sorted out just a little bit more? These are all the little things that you should be figuring out now, so you know what you do later. And when I ask you guys if you know realtors, the reason why is, now I got the train of thought back here, is check on them, see how they're doing, because it wasn't the best year for realtors. Now, guys like me who have huge volume all over, it was a down year, but I was still okay. There are a lot of people who are only selling 8, 9, 10 homes a year, if that lucky, and that number was down to 3 or 4. And so a lot of you guys who are independent contractors, and the reason I ask that is because you're always going through your sphere, or you're always asking or trying to educate and find new forms of business, right? Go to a realtor that you know and ask them, hey, how can I help you? What can I do for, because ask yourself, when was the last time you asked one of your realtor friends how you can help them? It's always probably been the other way around. If you do that, I guarantee you, write that down and make a note, you will see your business grow exponentially because you asked that one question to your one or two realtor friends. Okay. What does this, Lorena's asking, what does this mean? What does which part mean, Lorena?
We'll wait.
How can we help a realtor? Yeah, well, just just ask realtor, how you doing? How's business? Can I maybe send you a referral, right? Because a lot of times you guys are probably, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking a lot of you are probably asking your friends, for business or to connect you with folks, and probably a lot of those people are realtors. But a lot of the times, no one's asking the realtor, how are you doing, right? How's your business? How can I help you? And I want to come on here today to help you guys as much as I can, and whether that's to help you stop renting or help you increase your business as a coach myself in the real estate discipline. Obviously, there's so many similarities, Katie, and I want to have you come on to my national broadcast with my group and my team to talk soon, because this is just absolutely phenomenal, by the way. And so do that and you will increase your business. I promise you that.
So good. I mean, it's just a testament to actually asking other people, how do I want to say this? Like, being supportive of others always feeds back to you. It's like giving is the best way to receive.
Our agents, part of one of our plans that we have is to have at least 5 in-person meetings a week. And in those, and it could be online if it has to be, but I'd rather belly to belly if possible, but sometimes that can't happen. And in those 5 meetings, we're not asking for business at all. It's, how are you? How can I help you? How can I help you grow your business? That's why I want to meet with you. I want to understand your business. I want to understand who's your customer. Because once I understand who their customer is, and if I can help them, that customer could be my customer, right? But then he hopefully will be loyal to me or want to help me because I was there for him. Now, I do it genuinely from my heart, and that's why the real estate gods come back. If you're not genuine about it, then it ain't going to work. It's just not.
You see through that. Yeah, 100%. Actually, well, Esteban said connection is currency. So essentially, it's that same mindset of like connecting with people authentically makes a huge difference versus
Yeah.
It's what can I get
Yeah.
from you? And that's when
listen, the old question, or the old thing, the one thing that if you guys ask any realtor this, I don't know if there's any realtors on here. If there's any realtors, give a waving sign if you're a realtor, or a high five or something. I want to see who you are. Here's the thing is, hey, Dan, realtors want the easy way out. They want free business sent to them. Most don't want to work hard. Okay. They want referrals, or they want to buy leads, and they want to get, the best way to get leads? Karen is in the chat. All right. Karen is one of the best realtors in New Smyrna Beach and all of Volusia County outside of Daytona in Florida. If anyone knows anyone coming for who wants investment property or live by the beach or timeshare or anything like that, rentals, anything real estate related, Karen is your person. Connect with her, just for the record. It's funny. I just saw her name on there. I know Karen. Sorry. Okay. Diane. All right. Either way. Thanks, Lorena. Yeah, I lost that train of thought there as well when I went on. I'm thinking about the beach all of a sudden, and enjoying life down there, in Florida. Next question.
Let's talk about the market. Let's talk about the things that people really need to know right now. If they want to buy, they're ready to buy. Like, what are the common themes, things that people really need to understand that are projections that you have for this year?
Yeah. So here's what's going to happen, guys. If you're on the fence, you need to get off the fence now, because rates have stabilized. Now, as a realtor, I cannot quote accurately rates. So anything I'm telling you, you need to double check, and you need to go speak to a lender. But what I'm going to tell you is rates have gone down, and they've also stabilized, and there's talk of it going down and down again. Okay, they're not nuts in what they were. They're barely slightly higher pre pandemic. I'm sorry, I get distracted by the cool green hands. I have a green screen and I'm on my computer camera is not working great, so I wanted to use the iPhone. It's a better camera, and I couldn't get my background perfectly, so my apologies for the distraction there. Here's what's going to happen as rates do go down, because we're already seeing more an uptick of buyers. More people will come off the sidelines, and what's going to happen is prices are going to go up, and then they're going to do things like waive appraisals and inspections and all the crap that we saw 2 years ago. And it's going to be a disaster for people to stop renting or first-time home buyers. That's my prediction in about 6 to 7 months from now if the rates go down another point. So my suggestion is get that plan ready now. See, okay, if you're qualified, what are you qualified for? And could you live with that? Could you deal with that? Is that something you would love? And if it's not, how do you go next level? How do you jump next level? What do you need to do? Do you need more money? Do you need to save more money? Do you need to get your credit down? These are all things that myself, my team, and our lender, we're all going to help you with this. And we're going to get you moving in the right direction with accountability and a plan and things that you have to do. I just literally got off the phone with one of the credit unions I work with about our prospective customer, and he said, she's done 8 of the 10 things on the list. I'm going to resend her an email to get the other 2 going, and hopefully we can get her approved here. But it's taken a few months, and that's okay. We don't need to sell you a house today, guys, right? You want to make sure that you are prepared to do it, because think about it. If your average rent is $2,000 a month and you've been there for 2 years, that's 50 grand right there, guys. Now, odds are you've probably been renting for about 4 years. Right? So do that math. That's $100,000 right there, right? That's money that could have gone towards your down payment, towards your closing costs, put in new carpet, bought new couches, big screen TV, and had money left over, right? Mm-hmm. So that's why we want to create a plan. The plan might not be for today. That is okay. The plan might be for 6 months or a year or 2 years. You need to do this for yourself. And yeah, you should put some money into your business, but you want to know what's really going to help your business, guys? By not renting a home, by owning a home and building the equity in your home. So if you ever, God forbid, need to pull money out to build your business more, you're able to do that and not have to take on a partner, right? So you want to purchase a home, and that's the most important thing. And you're going to see more people in the market. And especially right now, inventory is still low, although there's more that's come on, but inventory is low. So as that happens, that's going to be problematic.
Got it. Okay. Good. Thank you. This has been, I'm like,
yes.
And I'm like, all right. So thank you for the insights on that. And I know that you said that you can really help people with the plan. And that's what I feel like a lot of people probably in general with their fitness, with their businesses, right? We don't have the strategy plan in place. We have the desire, like, hey, at some point I would love to buy a home and I'd love for it to look like this. And I'd love to have these things in my life. I'd love to have this business. I'd love to have this health. I'd love to have this body, right? But most people struggle with what to do first. So it's in your VIP gift. Are you offering that assistance? Like, what is your VIP gift?
Yeah, the VIP gift is going to be a one-on-one with us and one of our realtors and our lender. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask some very pointed questions about what is going on in your life and in your world. And then we're going to point you in the right direction of some things that you need to do. We're going to offer up some suggestions that might be more tougher things. For example, let's do a credit app and let's see where you're at. Because if you tell me you're not sure where you stand, but you really want to buy a house right now, then let's go through the whole process and then let's see where you're at. And if you're ready now, then we go to step B and say, here's the plan of attack to go find you a home right now. Or it's usually going to be, okay, you need to work on XYZ. Let's talk again on this date. These are the things that I expect out of you. Here's my cell number. Call me if you ever have an issue. And it's important to do, again, guys, because this is the most important purchase in your life, and probably the biggest expense that any one of you on this call. If your car payment is more than your house payment, you're doing something wrong. I can assure you of that. Okay. So your car payment should never be higher than your house payment. but your house payment should still be pretty good, and you should be paying your own mortgage and not somebody else's. So we want to teach you and educate on how to do it in a non-salesy way, from an educational, because I am here as a maven to you, Katie, right? You invited me here on your stage, and I thank you for that. My job is to make sure I take care of your constituents, and I hold up my end of the deal and provide that value of service. If any of the folks that we talk with or their friends or family at some point decide to purchase properties, then we'll guide them effectively of how we need to do that. But right now, we want to help you. And that's the most important thing as a good realtor. When you have that mantra every day, and just like many of you guys, we wake up, I teach our agents, do a mantra, put your wishes into the universe of your goals of what you want, write it down, do that vision board, all of those things, okay? And it will come true for you. But let's start with home ownership, because that will absolutely change your life. So part of the VIP package, yes, is Homeowner University. You guys can get a head start right now on it. If you want, go to homeowneruniversity.info and just go ahead and fill out the info. And in there it says, who's your realtor? You can just put down Karen and Lee. We'll be your realtors. We'll take care of you guys. I don't care if you live in Kalamazoo, Michigan, we got you covered. But most importantly, we want to get you to the right people, if it can't be us, to get it moving. Because what if you have a credit issue, right? What if you have a credit issue, right? We've got those people. We're going to talk more about this in the VIP. The VIP is very important for you guys to be there, because I want you to pick my brain. I want as many of you to ask as many questions as possible, and I want to hook you up. And if I came here today, and again, showing up's the most important part, if I have access to get into that VIP, I'm getting into that VIP. So I hope to see many of you guys there, because I want to have that one-on-one exchange with you. I want to answer more questions for you. I want to tell you about some loan products out there that could possibly get you in with nothing out of your pocket. Now, let me ask you this, Katie, or tell you this. If you go to rent a property, did you know right now it's first month, last month, and rent? And if that's $2,500, that's $7,500, times 3, just to move into that house. What if I told you that I was able to get you over $10,000 towards your down payment, and you don't have to pay a dime, right? That's what's happening in the VIP. Well, okay. Then get to the VIP. And the VIP, I'm going to tell you how you can move into a home for almost no money down, people. Okay? If you want to know what's up, let's talk. And if you want to talk about investment property and how to get cash flow and add with minimal money out of your pocket, what if you have an IRA? How about those who have an IRA or 401k, okay, that's just sitting there, maybe going backwards, right? What if I told you that you could use what's called a self-directed IRA, borrow against yourself to go buy that investment property of cash flow? We could talk about that in the VIP. I have a video link, an exclusive video link that explains that program all by itself. You know who's going to get that video link? This is just an add-on right now we're adding. Everyone who comes to the VIP that wants to talk to me, you're going to get that video link on how to use that IRA to go buy yourself an investment property right now for almost no money out of your pocket and get cash flow coming in and ride the equity up. I'm in 3 of the top markets in the country: Orlando, Las Vegas, and Charlotte. Let's freaking go, people. So, yeah, I'm not going to yell like the last guy. No. That was scaring me a little. I know it was good. I was taking it out of context. So it was scary in terms of I'm just sitting there, I'm preparing, I'm minding my own business, and I hear it going, and I'm like, whoa. I'm like, okay, what's happening here? Did his cat get into the Christmas tree? I don't know.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to see you in VIP, guys. If you want to get in that room and take advantage of that, that's $1,000 call with him that he's thrown in, because this is like deep dive strategy work. If you were to work with a financial planner, like he's actually going much deeper. Like, this is stuff that I pay a lot of money with my high level financial advisor to get this exact stuff that he just mentioned to you right now, like information on how to actually pull money out of certain accounts and certain accounts to start switching money into, because this is more of a wealth building mindset. It's just a totally different game. It's what the rich and famous people do. Okay, they're not doing the same strategies that people that are living paycheck to paycheck. It's honest to God, it's a whole different mindset. It's a different world. And I know that everybody here wants to get to a next level with their bank account, with their finances, because as we talked about earlier, it just honestly gives you so many more opportunities in life. And that's okay to want that. It's okay to desire it. It's actually really important, because then you can make an impact on the people that you love in such a much more powerful way. And real estate is one important avenue to dive into to understand that. So yeah.
Let me say one thing, guys. Most people in wealth in the world own multiple pieces of real estate. But to help your own businesses, being part of a community and a home that you own now, you get to branch out to everyone that is there. That's only going to grow your businesses more. And for any realtors in the group, make sure you're in that VIP, because you should be picking my brain on how to grow your business by at least one extra deal a month. All right. So make sure you're in there in the VIP. This was awesome. I really, really enjoyed this. All of your speakers has been great. The questions and the interaction with the audience. Great freaking job, Katie. Glad I could be here.
Thank you for being here. Let's give Lee some snaps. We will see him soon. We'll see him in just an hour in the VIP room. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And he's going to have, we have everything set up to book your call with him. If you want to dive into any of the things he said, like that's more of a personal, private one-on-one strategy call. He's valued at $1,000. The VIP is still available. Okay. It's available only till the end of the day for 67. So make sure that you take advantage of that right now. If that really is something that like, you know, that you've got to learn more about this to make that move this year. For me specifically, it's on my vision board. It's on one of my 3 very specific goals for myself is to get invested more in the real estate market. So I'm already going to be taking advantage of that. And that's why I really valued having Lee coming on here and having that conversation, because I felt totally lost with where to start and how I need to start preparing right now so I don't miss out on an opportunity. And you guys get to do the same thing. Okay. So really set yourself up and hop in on that. Snag that right now. You guys get all these gifts. You'll be sent to them they'll be delivered tomorrow in your inbox, just so you guys know. Tomorrow, everything's going to be sent out to you. If you're a VIP, you'll have access. Okay. And before we finish off, okay, so we have about 1 hour left. So excited for the final stretch. Energy check, scale of 1 to 10 in the chat. I got to know.